Hello, welcome back to Oolykee Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Mod Monday. Today we have extension of Fjordska, Armenian Stadium and set of power plants. Right, again, as always, go and check our workshop. There's amazing community there, and we have a lot of beautiful mods released in the last 7 days. Would be around 35-40 of them released, so please go there and check out. You're gonna find something new for yourself, I promise you that. Welcome back, Mr. Robs074. Water/sewage loading/ unloading stations. Right, so this is a little bit problematic for me. I had a hard-ish time finding it. Usually I go in the mods all the way in the back, but if you restart the game, they're reshuffled somewhere in some random position where they usually are. So finding this was a little bit challenging, but I can tell you that you can find this mod in your cargo stations. Mr. Rob has significant icons with a corner of them having the logo of the city that they are located in. In this case, that would be water and sewage loading unloading facilities based on a real building. You guessed it, this one is in Lublin, Poland. Right, so usually price, I'm not sure if we can even compare this to anything in vanilla, because they don't show exactly where they would be over here, so I don't see any of them. Let's see, small water well, water treatment, small water loading, here we go. 6,800 would be one of these bad boys here. So I have really no idea why it's not showing in this section. Could be classifying it or something. I do have all my mods shown as everything, and they are selected as favorite mods. I can do favorites as well, but it's not showing water loading unloading station or sewage loading unloading station, unfortunately. So I can't, it's a little bit problematic to find it. Maybe it's classifying the mod, maybe the mod maker can actually change this, but I think just for now you can find it in a cargo station section in rest of the mods where they are. Price wise, I think we already just checked it, 6,500. We can compare it to 6,800, more or less the same price. It's much smaller building and almost the same price, so I think the price is quite fair. If you agree, you have a link in the description of the video if you want to learn more about this. Oh, right, and of course, as Robs usually does, you can change the skin color. There's quite few of them to choose from. Next up, Mr. Novo and Germanic Housing DDR. This is a set of German housing, similar to the English Tudor style. The traditional Germanic home feature timber framing and stucco walls, or stucco walls, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, with a classic red tile roof common throughout the former Holy Roman Empire. Does not require sewage hookup, probably has the septic tank or something. It doesn't matter. So this is Germanic Housing DDR. I am really not sure why is it DDR. Maybe because these models are actually from DDR, but obviously if they are similar in Tudor style, that will be before Deutsche Demokratische Republik or GDR. Housing, they're absolutely beautiful as always. One little bit of heads up, again, Oolykee and his problems here would be that has too many housing mods, so it's gonna be for me really hard to find them. If I go to all the mods and show everything, if I go to housing, Oolykee has freaking 19 pages of housing, so it's really hard to find it. Let's just remove this real quickly. As you can see here, they're probably even pushed back further, so I wouldn't be able to find them here anyway. But if I go to the mod section and I went through the residential area here, and on the page 17 for me these houses were here. They're a little bit darker icons, so you can find them maybe a little bit easier, but they have distinguished. They have a specific framing on the houses if you want to go and find them. Okay, what about the price? 2,000, 3,000, 2,800, 2,900, and they have capacity 12, 8, 4 people. They are 14 actually. 14, 8 and 12 people respectively. Compared to vanilla buildings, they are a little bit cheaper, but they are made out of wood rather than stone, and capacity wise I think it's just something if you want to build an old village you would be using something like this. Housing quality on them is 70%. Of course this is a little bit on the low side, but hey ho, you know what's the deal. Not right, you have a link in the description of the video if you want to learn more. We have a big stadium by Abelian Hike 852 S02E23, a big stadium based on a stadium of Hrazdan in Yerevan, Armenia, built in 1970. Hrazdan was the 5th biggest stadium in USSR by capacity, total number of seating 55,000, today is abandoned. The last match was played in 2015, after which stadium was declared bankrupt. Comes in 2 versions, as a cinema, as a sports playground, with 500 workers each. I could not reproduce the realistic version because the stadium was built for hilly terrain, so I tried to change orientation to flat. I also reduced the capacity 10 times, so the cinema version accepts 5,500 visitors. The sports version accepts 1,100 visitors. Tourist rating is 4.8. I hope this is my last mod with such a big dimensions. Cost extremely high in auto building mode, takes 11 to 12 days to build. Yes, actually I found this issue myself. It took really long time to build this kind of stadium. I'm gonna give my comment to this. Of course, this is a beautiful model. Physically it looks amazing. The color scheme, again, I am well aware that the colors in the games for modders are the biggest problem to get the color right. It is a little bit on the bright side, especially the greens, but other than that, it's really fabulous. I know from other games as well that the lighting is where the art of creating mods comes from. The lights, the colors, and it's quite challenging to get this straight. In this case, I think it's a little bit on the bright side, but the structure is absolutely fantastic. I love how the stadium looks, and you're probably gonna see something like this in my Let's Plays. Now let's go real quickly and check both of these versions that we have. One of them would be under the indoor pool, and we would have it under big stadium here. It's almost 1,000,000 rubles to build. So this is one version, and the other one would be under the cinema. So we're gonna go and check the cinema version, and let's see if I can find it over here. Unfortunately, I don't seem to be able to. I believe they will be the same price. Unfortunately, I don't see it. Maybe I have to find it somewhere else. Let's check. Let me check this out. Right, I have it here on the big stadium under cinema. I don't think I can find it here, even though it's linked, but it doesn't show here. But you have it under cinema over here. Again, it's the same price. We won't be building this one because, as mentioned, it has a huge building time, so we're gonna skip this part. Now, this is a sports facility, as you can see here. So if you want to check it out and learn more about this model, go. Well, can we compare it to vanilla? I don't think we can. There's only, like, it costs 1,000,000, and the indoor pool would be probably something closest to that, 16,000. So it's not really comparable, but price is quite fair, quite huge price. So it's not a cheaty mod. Link description of video. Now we come to this eye candy, and of course my favorite mod this mod Monday would be Powerplant Collection by Wild Bunny and Lex713. This collection includes some power plants and heating plants now with working animations for the wind turbine. Perfect. It's not working because there's no electricity demand for it at the moment, so it doesn't have any animation. But let's go and check out the buildings that we have. Now there's 9 buildings. I will demonstrate some of them. Let me real quickly go and do this. I will tell you. There's a small gas heating plant, cooling tower, Kohlerkraftwerk mit optimierten Anlagetechnik. Anlagetechnik. Right, this is German and me butchering the language, sorry about Germans. Then we have simple cycle gas turbine, we have gas heating plant, we have combined cycle heating and power plant, and then we have Enercom E66 or E66, and we have industrial cooling tower. Okay, so we have quite a few buildings that we need to cover here, so I'm gonna go. First of all, details are amazing. I absolutely love it. They're absolutely unique, and as previously mentioned, absolutely love it. So we have the weird German sounding thing is the Kohlekraftwerk, which means coal power plant. Werk means work, Kraft is energy, and Kohler is coal. Coal energy work, coal work, yeah, anyway, coal energy works. With optimized, I have no idea what's unloading technique, unloading, is it unloading technique? Anyway, so we have the coal power plant here. It produces 1,800 megawatts of power. production. It produces gravel as well. That would be waste. That would be ash, I believe. Cool, cool, cool. I'm actually quite happy about this. Really nice. We have gas heating. There's no byproducts here. You just need to use oil. We have combined cycle power plant. There we go. This is also really nice one. This is also gas operated. Then we have of course the wind turbine here that you can see, 60 megawatts. We have the simple cycle gas turbine, that will be a small gas turbine. Cooling tower, as we mentioned, this beautiful big thing here, and the small industrial cooling tower. I would assume that this one would be consuming electricity. It doesn't seem like it does, you know, because it looks, maybe I'm just wrong. Let's just face it, I'm probably wrong, but you know, this doesn't look like it does the same job as this. I mean, like, equally good job as this, without consuming electricity. It's obviously much smaller, but anyway, something that I'm gonna be using myself. And then we have the, again, gas power plant, this combined cycle heating plant, and of course we have gas heating plant. Okay, so let's compare some of these with the vanilla. Let's go first for heating plants. If we go to our heating plants, I believe we should have these three over here. Now, price wise, 23,000. These heating plants are 12. What is this? 300,000. Wow, this is quite expensive. The small heating plant you can see here in the middle of the map, that's the easy way out. It's the cheaper one. It produces 36 gigajoules of heat. Compare that to vanilla. It's a little bit less than small vanilla one, but I think, let's see, for 1 ton of oil you get 36 2.1 tons of coal. I don't know if coal or oil has bigger density, energy density. I thought it was coal. It's just dirtier. Maybe I'm wrong. I would say that maybe this one is should be consuming more oil, but I'm probably wrong. Just let me know in the comment section. Then the bigger ones you can see here, we have combined cycle heating plant that consumes 12 tons of oil, gets 588 gigajoules of heat, costs 335,000. This is definitely comparable to big heating plant. And the gas heating plant consumes 5.2 tons of oil. This is the medium size. Let's go for medium size heating plant. You can see it over here. Perfect. We covered the heating plants. Let's go and cover the power plants as well. So we have here the Kohlekraftwerk optimiert Anlagen Technik. So I believe, I'm not sure, again, I'm butchering this, and also I'm not sure if this is translating well, but this is coal power plant with optimized unloading of coal or something, and produces the gravel, which I think is quite realistic. You need to deal with that, you know, production waste. 30 tons of coal, 1,800 megawatts of power. Can this be compared to vanilla one? Well, we're definitely gonna try. We have a coal power plant here. It produces a little bit less coal, a little less power than this one. Cost is more or less, I would say, let's check this one more time. 281,000. This one is 476,000. Yeah. This is definitely more expensive, and productivity seems to be on par on the coal one. So quite realistic mod. Continuing on, we have wind turbines. I'm gonna go and try to compare, if I can, any of these wind turbines. So we have 36 megawatts here, 35, and this is 60. This one costs 20,000. This one costs 20,000 as well. So this one is a little bit cheaper than the vanilla one per electricity produced. So it produces almost double the electricity, but cost is almost the same. It's almost the same. So take that as you will, but they're just fans, big fans of spinning on the wind. You can't really, you know, it's obviously more modern one than vanilla, and probably produces better. It has better optimized production of electricity. So I think it's big thumbs up in my book. Then we have combined cycle power plant, 325,000. I don't think we have to go and compare all of these, because they look like they are quite realistic in their pricing. So I think it's definitely something you're gonna see in my Let's Plays. And the last thing, we have these two, industrial cooling tower and cooling tower. Cooling tower costs 100,000 rubles, which is a little bit cheaper than vanilla one, but it's also smaller. And then we have this industrial one, which is much cheaper and much smaller than vanilla one. I think they're all fair and really beautiful buildings. Big thumbs up in my book. And we have again Rob 074 office building. Office building based on a real building. Loveland, Poland works as a party headquarters, but the main point is to reduce unemployment in bigger cities. Employs 80 workers with basic education and 80 lecturers and serves 240 students. There's a description in Polish as well. So this is a building, of course, based on a real one, like Rob's usually does. It's absolutely beautiful. Of course, it comes with the color schemes as well if you want to change them. A link to the model and the skins is you're gonna be prompted to install the color scheme as well if you wish. When you install this mod, when you like this mod, you have different color schemes. No, absolutely like Rob's usual. It's a beautiful building. It's realistic building, something that we really like on this channel at least. It has a main entrance there. No, just there's nothing to say about this building. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm really happy to be using this one. Okay, so what about the costs? I don't think we have to check this, but if we really want to, we can. So headquarters of the Communist Party cost 217,000. This building is 169,000. And compared sizes, it's definitely comparable. It's much smaller. The Rob's building a little bit cheaper, but definitely much smaller building and requires less materials. So quite realistic. Link in description of the video. Now we have Mr. Chris or Bremer back with Fjordska, the Fjordska 75th or 1975 low-rise housing. What is it? It's 1975, following the success of Fjordska in government of the People's Republic of Fjordland, agreed to creation a new variant of cheap, easy-to-build mass housing fit for all, built to include 2, 4 and 8-story buildings. Fjordska 75. You know what? I'm gonna leave this to you again. Go and read the history of this. Chris has a YouTube channel as well. He makes absolutely fabulous videos that I follow as well and watch. So if you want to learn more about his models, you have a link in the description of the video. We're gonna focus on checking out these buildings. Now you can notice that they have some kind of some of the other Chris's models have similar design. That would be these balconies and the windows. It's similar to the Minsk tenements. They come in two-story buildings, 4-story buildings. That would be these two, and a big one over here. Whoa, 340. We're gonna double check this. Because we'll see how many people can fit in here. Other than that, I would just like to go and say again Oolykee's problem, because he has too many models. I can't really find them I have 19 pages of these, so I'm gonna go all the way in my mod section in a residential area. So if we go to residential, all the way in the back, number 18, not all the way, second to last page for me, and there are green models like this. There's actually 5 of them. 2 corner ones and 3 normal buildings. We're gonna go and check the capacities of them. So we have the bigger one with 340, we have the corner with 32, 120, 16, and we have the smallest one with 60 people. Okay, let's go and dissect this. Is this too many people living in these buildings? I don't know. We're gonna go for this building. This one has 60 people. That means it should have 30 apartments to be, let's call it, fair. 30 apartments, that would be 15 apartments on each side of the building. Do we have 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 20. Yeah, these look actually... No, this looks fair. Even if we go with... we need 15 on each side, and this one looks like it has 13 balconies, and some of them could be a smaller studio apartment. So I would say that this is quite interesting, that you can fit so many people in this small building, but I think it's realistic. Wow. Okay, I'm kind of surprised. What about the corner ones? Let's check the corner ones. We have, again, corner ones wouldn't have 2 sides. Well, they have this side and that side. So this is 16, that would be 8 apartments. Definitely this one has 8 apartments. It would have even more. It has freaking 9 balconies. So luxury corner part of the building. So it's quite realistic in size. I'm not gonna count the big one over here, but I would say that Mr. Chris knows what he's doing. That this is quite affordable, small apartments. I used to live in similar apartments like this, so I'm gonna say thumbs up in my book. What about the price-wise? Price-wise, I will go to the 18,000 for the small one. Oh, they are more expensive than vanilla ones, but not by much. Let's compare this 120. That would be this 4-story high building, 120 people, 28,000 rubles. So if we go to 28,000 rubles, I can tell you straight away that the vanilla buildings are less than 20,000, so it's more expensive. But we can compare it to something similar in size. Here we go, 12,000 prefab flats. What about the size of the building? Yeah, that's the problem. Looks like these apartments are a little bit smaller. A little bit, not by much. You can see fourth floor would be a little bit shorter. But there were these kind of buildings built as well with a lower ceiling, so definitely affordable accommodation. I think it's realistic. Anyway, if you want to judge it, leave a comment in the comment section. If you have your opinion on this, please let me know. For now, I'm going to tell you, there's a link in the description of the video. And third time, Mr. Rob074, outdoor swimming pool. Outdoor swimming pool based on a real building in Lublin, Poland, employs 15 workers and serves about 105 people. It also works as a tourist attraction with score 2 stars. Okay, couple of things here. I'm gonna go and just tell you a couple of things about this building. First of all, there's a trick to it. Usually these outdoor buildings, they work when the temperature is above 5 degrees Celsius. Which is fair, you know, that you can use outside sports facilities, because this is a sports facility. You can find it all the way in your sports outdoor swimming pool. 12,000 rubles. It is a little bit cheaper than the closed one, but heads up, this building is not like your normal it's not like your normal football playground that you can use above 5 degrees Celsius. It's actually above 15 degrees Celsius, which is quite realistic. And it's really cool that Mr. Rob's made this. I'm really happy that it's, you know, a little bit more realistic than usually. 105 people, you can definitely put 105 towels around here, and you have 2 different swimming pools, one probably for children, one of them for adults, you know, bigger, deeper one, and cafe here. It would be cool if it actually had the, you know, serving drinks and stuff. But all in all, it looks really, really beautiful, as Robs likes to make them. We already compared the price. It's quite realistic. I think it's beautiful. You're gonna see this in my Let's Plays. And I give you Fort Selkirk on the Yukon by Morcup. A conjunction junction, what is your function? Today we are at the conjunction of Yukon and the Pelly rivers in far northwest of Canada. In real life, the highway bypasses this area, so it's only accessible by boat or a plane. I gave you some custom houses in the version, in this version to the west, south and east sides. North side has no custom houses. There's a little bit info, there's a link to Wikipedia article about this. If this is sufficient interest, I might create a version on this map with no customs houses, but starting with a small airstrip and a tiny airport. Let me know if you would like to see this, and whether I should use the mods to keep it vanilla. Yeah, this is interesting. I like populated maps. There's a couple of criticism. It's I'm gonna say in this map as well. It's gonna be basic, but I actually quite like this map. I think it's not that easy. I think there are some challenging terrain around here. I don't like square islands, square-ish islands. This is a little bit a negative on my side, but other than that, I think it looks fabulous. I'm not sure about the real geology and geography of the area. I will check it out, but other than that, you know, nature doesn't work in straight lines, how they say. It could be actually that it was artificially made, the canals and banks of the river, but I might have my doubts, but it doesn't matter. It's absolutely beautiful map. I actually enjoy it, and even considering doing a Let's Play on this map to record it. The only thing, like I said, is these kind of straight lines of the islands, and the second thing is we're gonna talk about it right now. So we have the map. You can see how it looks like. I think from above, from here, it looks amazing. It looks really beautiful. I love it. Resources. You have quite random resources. It will be similar to what vanilla would do. You know, sorry, vanilla randomly generated map would do. So resources are kind of like that. You have some resources underwater as well, like oil. Well, actually, it's not really underwater, is on the island. But again, it seems like it's a vanilla spread of the resources. What I would prefer in my case, there is one mod makers or my makers do the resources separately, you know, put them in some position that they will actually be in real life, not really that randomly. I mean, you can see that there is a reasoning behind where the resources are. For example, here they are at the edge of this kind of hilly part over here. We can see it right in front of us. We can go and explore this. It doesn't look like it's 100% coal source, which is fine in my book. It's just, you know, a little bit, you know, different. So let's see if we can find this resource. I'm gonna have to just search it. Here we go. We have a little bit of here. 60% is the most I can see that we can get. But this is fair. This is fair. I like that part. It would be like if we had a little bit more limited amount of resources to make it a little bit more challenging. That would be maybe more interesting. But that's just my opinion, my 2 cents. It doesn't have to be. I like that it's not 100%, you know, dark red resources that you're gonna have to struggle at least a little bit. And I love that it has a big river in the middle going through the map. It's absolutely navigable, and you can use your ships to navigate the map. This is really, really cool. So just a little bit maybe criticism about the straight lines on the islands, and the second one, the resources could be a little bit more challenging. But other than that, I'm still considering doing a let's plays and making videos on this map, because of course Canada is one of my favorite countries, and I like the far north of Canada. Really beautiful sceneries. So yeah, this is something that I'm considering, but for now I'm gonna say thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and if you want to support the channel, I have the description of the video. Happy Monday, guys, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye.